Welcome back. It's Monday, a time for new beginnings, right? So I am back with you, and I know it's been a minute, and I appreciate for those of you who have still stayed sub to my channel. I am recommitting myself to put out at least a couple videos a week like I had said I was going to do. This video is actually really near and dear to my heart because it's about kind of like what I've been dealing with. So if you're an ADHD entrepreneur and you're subscribed to my channel and something major has just blown up in your life, like a death, an injury, a betrayal, a heartbreak, a health crisis, whatever it is, and you're sitting there wondering why you cannot get your business back on track, no matter how hard you try. That's been me the last 2.5 months. I need you to hear this. It's not because it's a discipline problem. It's not a focus problem. It's not even an ADHD problem. Your nervous system is running your business right now, and it's not running it, right? Because it's running into the ground. So until you understand that, nothing you do is going to stick. Now, my situation is a little bit different that I've been dealing with. I have been dealing with a situation with like a relationship that is in trouble. But that's actually the least of what I've been dealing with. I've actually been dealing with a crazy cyber stalker turned hacker turned physical stalker who has broken into my house, who's stolen my things, who has hacked my bank account, tried to drain my bank account, tried to defame me online, has contacted my family members, has set up a corporation in my name with my social security number, has, what else? A Shopify store, tampered with my vehicle. And I think there's things I haven't even found out about yet. I mean, it's wild. And yes, if anybody's wondering, I have gone to the police. I have filed multiple police reports. I have filed identity theft reports. I've contacted the Secretary of State to dissolve the corporation. I have contacted the FBI. And the next step is going to be, and I think the Secretary of State is forwarding all this stuff to the Attorney General because they need to do a forensic investigation on where the charges were made, which I know where they were made. They were made from his phone or his computer, I'm sure, when they figure that out. But this individual is a sick and twisted individual, and I don't even want to give him any attention. But the point is, this is what this video is going to be about. It's about getting yourself back on track when you've had a crazy or extremely destructive or extremely painful something that's happened to you. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about something that took me a long time to admit out loud. And that's when I went through something that completely derailed my life. And this is not this thing right here. It's previous, but I was trying to show up for my business, trying to create content, trying to serve my clients. And I felt like I was moving through literal concrete. So every single day I had all the tools, I had all the strategies. I teach this stuff, I try to live this stuff. I try to be a person of integrity. And I still could not move, okay? And here's what I now know that I did not fully understand then. My nervous system had taken over. And when your nervous system takes over, your prefrontal cortex, that's the part of your brain responsible for planning, execution, creativity, decision-making. It just goes offline. And it's not metaphorical. It's like literally offline. Because, your brain, for us especially, most people can't, I don't believe most people can multitask, but especially ADHD people, like when something just takes over, it's like everything else just goes by the wayside. So this is what's actually happening to your brain right now if you're going through something like this. When you've experienced a major life blow, and I mean like major, like when we're talking about what I was talking about, death, serious illness, financial devastation, a traumatic betrayal, your brain registers that as a threat. And so your amygdala fires, cortisol and adrenaline flood your system, and your brain does exactly what it's designed to do. It shifts all available resources to survival mode. Okay, so you're in fight or flight. And I've talked about this before, but Americans in general, I'm in America, we are in fight or flight like all the time. We have so much stress, especially now with crazy stuff going on. And I'm actually in the process, like once I get out of this, I have to get the final restraining order on June 15th. the permanent restraining order against this individual, and then I will feel there's some other stuff I have to do too, but I will feel like I can fully move forward. But until then, I just need that for my brain to be able to kind of like close that door. You know what I'm saying? But it puts us in survival mode. But so if you're a neurotypical person, this is already hard. But for an ADHD brain, it's actually absolutely catastrophic. And here's the why of that, okay? The ADHD brain already has a dysregulated nervous system as its baseline, okay? So we already have lower dopamine. We already struggle with emotional regulation. So we already have a threat detection system that is more sensitive than the average person. So when a major life event hits, we don't just get knocked down. We get knocked into a completely different neurological state, and clawing back takes us out completely. And it takes a different approach than what works for neurotypical people, okay? So the three things that go for the first ADHD entrepreneur after a major blow are, number one, sorry, I had written an outline here. So number one is executive function, the ability to plan, prioritize, and execute. So that's just absolutely gone. That's been me the last couple months. I mean, you guys can't see my room, but I have like piles of stuff. They're actually kind of neat and orderly, but they need to be put away. They need to be sorted through and organized because my brain has just not been functionable, That's why your to-do list feels like it's written in a foreign language. I mean, it's why you sit down to work and 2 hours later you have done absolutely nothing and you don't even know where the time went, okay? Number two is emotional regulation. So your ability to manage frustration, disappointment, fear is already thinner than most people's. After a major blow, it's basically non-existent. And this is why everything feels personal. It's why slow sales days can send you into an absolute spiral that takes like a whole week to recover from. Number three is going to be your working memory. So the ability to hold information in your mind and actually use it. This is why you keep forgetting what you were doing. You lose track of conversations. You feel like your brain has been wiped. It's just the emotional dysregulation from this. So, and here's the mistake that I want to talk about that almost all ADHD entrepreneurs make, including myself. And I've, like I said, I've won the trophy. We try to out hustle the dysregulation. So we just try to go all in. And I've done this before, especially in my 30s. I would always just try to push through, right? We think that if we just get enough momentum and if we just push hard enough, if we just find the right planner or the right morning routine or the right motivational video, we can override what our nervous system is doing. And it does not work. And every time it does not work, we add a layer of shame on top of the dysregulation. So now we're dysregulated and we feel like failures. And then this shame comes in. So this is the thing that actually keeps ADHD entrepreneurs stuck longer than the original blow did, okay? And so you can't hustle your way out of a nervous system dysregulation or out of a nervous system that's just in survival mode. You just can't do it. You cannot out-discipline biology, as I like to say. So the reframe. Here's how you reframe. Here's what you do. The first thing is, and I know it sounds like counterintuitive, is you stop trying to fix your business and start understanding what's actually happening inside of you. Your business is not broken. Your strategy is not broken. Your product does not suck. I mean, it might, but you've probably already been through the testing of that. If you've done my course, for example, you know your product is a viable product that has needs for the market, okay? Or has a demand. Your nervous system is dysregulated. And a dysregulated nervous system is not a character flaw. It's a physiological state that has a specific path out. So the ADHD entrepreneurs that I've watched come back the strongest after major blows are not the ones that push the hardest. They're the ones who learned how to work with their nervous system instead of against it. They understood that regulation is not a reward you go after, to fix everything. Regulation is a prerequisite to fixing anything. Do you see the difference? So I'm going through a series, all right, of this week. I actually am pre-recording these videos this time. So they're actually going to go out to you on a daily basis. And in this series, we're going to walk through exactly what that path looks like, step by step in the right order, because the order matters. Okay. Just like in my program, I have a 6-week step-by-step program where you go through step by step, you work on the worksheets, you do, hopefully if you get the workbook to work alongside it, you follow a specific step by step exact structure that's been proven, that I've done, that I've used, that other people I've tested on have used, and it will get you to an end result, but you have to do it that way. Okay? That's why order matters so much. So there's a specific sequence to coming back from a major blow as an ADHD entrepreneur, and skipping the steps is exactly why most people end up going in circles. Okay? So in the next video, we're going to talk about the 3 stages of ADHD shutdown: freeze, chaos, false starts, and how to identify exactly where you are right now, because you cannot navigate out of a place that you have not named. If it landed for you today, please let me know your story if you feel comfortable, in the comments. And maybe like what you're working on. Maybe I can do a video for you in the future here. I'm trying to get more consistent. Like I said, this has been a life-altering time. And it's been too much. But anyway, I am trying to get back on track for you guys, for myself, because the only path is to move forward, because that's what the enemy wants, right? It wants you to fail and to never get back up again. And we can't do that. We have to get back up. So I'm going to start by getting back up. I'm going to start by committing to you guys. So I am putting out 4 more videos this week that tie into this entire series, and I hope they help you. If you want a bigger deep dive, and if you're trying to launch a product or offer, that's going to be my course. It's called Pause, Regulate, and Launch, and it's a 8 series, like an 8 module step-by-step program that actually teaches you how to launch your product or offer in 60 days or less. Okay. And it's proven framework. It's only $47, and I don't do like weird marketing scammy tactics. It's $47. I might run a sale at some point, but I have that in the description section if you want to look at it and pick it up. It's very helpful. It's helped a lot of people. I hope to help more people, because we have so much inside of us as ADHD entrepreneurs, but we just need to know how to unload that in a sequential state, and how to actually, like, step by step launch our product and offer. And that's what I struggled with for years. And that's why I developed my product. So anyway, you guys can check that out, leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Okay? As long as I'm still alive and well. All right, bye-bye.